Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, two of us.
Yep.
Today, Gainer's not feeling so well today.
Oh, poorly.
Bit of a bug. If Patreon's your thing, check out the link in the description below. Loads and loads of exclusive stuff on there, starting at just $3 a month. So check it out if it's for you. 20 things from the 1980s we can no longer do. This one really.
This was like your decade for.
It was my decade. Yeah, I was a young kid in the 80s. It was my growing up period, I would say, from the age of about 7 or 8 to the, I guess 17.
18 maybe.
18 maybe. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Some of them you might not.
Never heard of.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. 20 things from the 1980s we can no longer do.
Mom, we got a better idea. I've got to. We'll page you.
Total sound sensation. Get yourself wired for sound with the Telmac Walkabout Stereo cassette player.
The 1980s in the USA were a time of big hair, neon colors, and exciting new technologies. But many things from that era have vanished from our daily lives. So do you remember those days when you headed to the video rental store to pick out the latest movie on a VHS tape? Or the convenience of using payphones to make calls while out and about? We used to record our favorite songs of the radio onto cassette tapes and watch network TV shows at specific times. Smoking on airplanes was once allowed,
What?
and pagers were how we stayed.
Was it actually?
So you used to have a smoking section. So it'd be like smokers might be at the back of the plane or the front of whichever way it was. There was like a smoking section. And that was like the area where the smokers could sit.
Damn.
But yeah.
That's quite cool.
Imagine that now.
Yeah, no.
Like, yeah.
So many people complaining.
Yeah.
Connected before cell phones took over. And who could forget the struggle of carrying physical maps or printing directions before GPS? So join us as we take a trip down memory lane to explore 20 things of the 1980s we can no longer do. Number 1. Going to video rental stores. In the 80s, going to video rental stores was a big part of people's entertainment routine. These stores were filled with rows of VHS tapes showcasing.
You used to have to go and it was like you just scoured the shelves to see which film you fancied, lifted the box up, have a read of it, sort of thing. Don't know if there was nothing like you. Obviously, you had the big blockbuster films that everyone knew.
It's
what was
closed down
coming
now,
out.
and it's like completely.
It's not existent anymore.
Yeah.
the latest movies and TV shows. Families and friends would browse the shelves, selecting their favorite films to rent for a movie night. However, with the rise of streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video, the era of video rental stores has primarily ended. Now, instead of heading out to a store, people can stream movies and TV shows directly from their devices at home. This shift in technology and consumer behavior has made video rental stores obsolete, as the convenience and accessibility of streaming services offer a more comprehensive selection and instant gratification without the need to visit a store physically. Number 2, using payphones. Back then,
Don't see them anymore.
payphones were common.
I don't think I've ever used one.
No, you don't really see them anymore. They try to say, I don't know, they've changed them into something else now. I don't know what's inside them. Are the ATMs or something like that now, where the phones used to be? They put some of the
What,
ATMs
like the
in there.
see-through ones now? How they're like,
Yeah, it's like I
they're
think
still payphones.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I don't know anyone. The only people.
They just like got rid of all the iconic red,
yeah.
little houses and changed it to see-through with things that say payphone on it or something like that.
Yeah, the only people using payphones now are the wrong ones, aren't they?
Yeah, or just old people.
I don't
that
think
can't
old
really
people
get
use
used
a
to it.
payphone. Yeah. I
I
can't see
doubt-
old people using them.
Yeah, that's true.
on city streets and public places. People relied on them to make phone calls while away from home or the office. Nevertheless, the need for payphones has dramatically declined with the advent of cell phones. Nowadays, almost everyone carries a cell phone, making it easy to stay connected wherever they go. As a result, public payphones have become obsolete and are rarely seen anymore. Many payphone booths have been removed or repurposed into other things like advertising kiosk or Wi-Fi hotspots. The convenience and accessibility of cell phones have rendered payphones unnecessary, leading to their decline. While there may still be a few scattered around, the days of depending on payphones for communications are long gone, replaced by the convenience of mobile devices that fit into our pockets. Payphones have become a memory, but do you remember how music lovers recorded songs from the radio onto cassette tapes? Number 3, recording songs from the radio onto cassette tapes. Recording songs from the radio onto cassette tapes was a popular way for music lovers to create mixtapes. People would
Used to like if you had a girl that you fancy, I don't know, you liked, you used to make her a mixtape.
Nice.
Songs. Give them the mixtape of all the songs that you've recorded from the radio.
eagerly wait for their favorite songs to come on the radio, then quickly hit that record button on their cassette player to capture the music. This practice has become obsolete with digital music and streaming services. Nowadays, music enthusiasts have access to vast libraries of songs through platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. With just a few clicks, they can create playlists tailored to their preferences without using cassette tapes or radio recordings. The convenience and accessibility of digital music have rendered the practice of recording songs to the radio a nostalgic relic of the past. While some may fondly remember the thrill of curating their mixtapes, the ease of streaming has transformed how we consume and share music in the modern age.
When you think about it, when you see things now, this was the 80s, right? So what's that, 40 years ago, give or take. And then you look at certain things that weren't around there that are prevalent in your life today.
Yeah.
You know, you look at big companies, Amazon.
You don't realise how
Amazon's relatively
quickly
new.
it actually changes.
Yeah. And look, it's probably the richest company in the world, one of the richest companies in the world.
Yeah.
You know, things like Amazon and Microsoft and things like they weren't around in the 80s as such.
Literally, yeah.
Number 4, watching network TV for specific showtimes. In the 80s, watching network TV for specific showtimes was common. Families and individuals would gather around their television sets at a designated time to catch their favorite shows as they aired. Nevertheless, this practice has become less familiar with the rise of on-demand streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney+. Nowadays, people can watch their favorite shows whenever they want without being constrained by network schedules.
And growing up as well, if you're in a house where we only had one TV,
Yeah.
and it was 6 of us in the house, and if one of them wanted to watch another channel that wasn't on, wasn't happening,
is
you
it
just had
kicking
to miss. You had to miss it.
It was just whatever your dad wanted to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, pretty much. That was the remote control. Every time he hit me on the back of the head, I had to turn it over.
Well, between all 3 channels.
Streaming platforms offer entire seasons of shows at once, allowing viewers to binge watch at their own pace. Additionally, services like DVR have made it possible to record and watch shows later, reducing the need to adhere to specific broadcast times. Consequently, the traditional model of network TV scheduling has mainly been supplanted by the convenience and flexibility of on-demand streaming, changing how we consume television in the modern era. But how is the practice of smoking on airplanes considered then and now? Number 5, smoking on airplanes. Back then, smoking on airplanes was a common practice, with designated smoking sections on many flights. However,
It seems like everyone just smoked back then as well.
Yeah, I've never been a smoker. I've never smoked, but I just don't like the smell.
Yeah,
the smell put me off more than anything. But it's but when I was younger, I used to go in the pub, and you couldn't even see. It was like a cloud of smoke. It was proper misty in the pub.
Yeah.
Everyone was smoking, and you used to come out and you used to stink of cigarettes. And now it's changed. Now, obviously, you can't smoke anywhere indoors, pretty much. So you don't really get that same smell of or even the
It was
second
also
hand.
seen as like, it wasn't advertised as unhealthy back then as well, really, was it?
It was, yeah, but it's always been unhealthy. But then they had this thing of second-hand smoke. So my parents used to smoke like 40 to 60 a day, so they were proper heavy smokers, sort of thing. And it was.
So you were basically smoking
I'm
as
probably
well.
smoking them as well. Yeah, taking all their shit in.
due to growing awareness of health risk associated with secondhand smoke and the desire for cleaner air in aircraft cabins, smoking on airplanes has been banned on both domestic and international flights. The ban on in-flight smoking was gradually implemented throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, with many airlines adopting smoke-free policies to protect the health and comfort of passengers and crew. Today, smoking on airplanes is strictly prohibited by aviation regulations around the world. Passengers who violate the smoking ban may face fines or even criminal charges. As a result, the experience of flying has become much more pleasant for non-smokers, who no longer have to endure the discomfort and health hazards of being exposed to secondhand smoke during air travel. Number 6, using a pager. Pagers were widespread communication,
Nice.
especially for
You don't know what a pager is?
No.
So what happens is you get like a little device there that you see there, and if I want
I've
to
heard of
contact you,
Motorola though.
I'd dial. That's the brand.
Yeah.
So I'd dial. I'd sort of like send a message to a number with my phone number in it, and it'd beep on there, and you'd look at it, and I'll leave a message or a phone number, and you call me back up. You go to a payphone and call me. That's what it was.
professionals who needed to stay connected while on the go. Pagers, or beepers, were small devices that could receive numeric messages or phone numbers, prompting the user to call back. They were commonly used by doctors, emergency personnel, and business professionals who needed to always be reachable. However, with the widespread adoption of cell phones in the 1990s and early 2000s, the use of pagers declined significantly. cell phones offer more functionality, allowing users to make calls, send text messages, and receive notifications. Additionally, advancements in mobile technology made it possible for cell phones to provide more reliable and instant communication compared to pagers. Now, pagers have primarily become obsolete, replaced by the convenience and versatility of cell phones for staying connected while on the move. With the memories of pagers still in our hearts, who could forget playing arcade games at the mall, serving as a nostalgic memory for many? Number 7. Playing arcade games at the mall. In the 80s, playing arcade games at the mall was famous for many people, especially teenagers and young adults. Arcades were filled with rows of colorful and noisy machines.
Because I grew up near the airport, we used to bunk off school and go to the airport to play the video games because they had loads of video games there. And the police used to always come and go, lads, where's your parents? And we'd be like, oh, we're flying out to some, we'll get a destination that was on there. We're going, they're over there, sort of thing. The strimmer wire off a strimmer. If you put it in the pay slot and click it like that, I used to click up credits. So I'd have like 295 credits. Stay there all day playing video games.
Offering a variety of games from classics like Pac-Man and Space Invaders to newer titles like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Nonetheless, the prevalence of arcades has significantly declined since their heyday in the 1980s. One reason for this decline is the rise of home gaming consoles, such as the Nintendo Entertainment System and later PlayStation and Xbox series. These consoles brought arcade-quality gaming experiences into people's homes,
Graphics.
making it less necessary to visit arcades. Additionally, the increasing popularity of online and mobile gaming has further contributed to the decline of arcades. Although some arcades still exist, they are not as prevalent as they once were, and the experience of playing...
Making a bit of a comeback over here,
They're
aren't
all
they,
quite
arcades?
different now, though, the games in arcades.
I know the more detailed now, but the same sort of setup. I've seen it in bars.
Yeah,
People start putting them in
but
bars.
it's like
now.
when you go to an arcade now, it's not really like, you wouldn't really see like a Space Invaders
No,
type set.
no.
It'd be like air hockey or like
Yeah.
basketball
Yeah.
like thing. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
more
mean?
interactive stuff.
Yeah,
Playing arcade games at the mall has become a nostalgic
like a
memory.
punching bag.
for
Yeah.
many. Number 8. Carrying physical maps or printing directions. Navigating unfamiliar roads often meant carrying physical maps or printing out directions from a computer. People relied on atlases, road maps, and printed directions to find their way around cities and towns. The need for physical maps is diminished with the advent of GPS technology and digital maps on smartphones. GPS
Mad, isn't it?
devices
Yeah.
and mapping apps like Google Maps and Apple Maps provide turn-by-turn directions.
When you think about it, when you like use your phone, like it says where you are.
Yeah.
But if you're just using a physical map, you're still
You've got
trying
to
to work
figure
out
out
where
where
you are at the
Yeah.
same time. Do you know
You've
what
got
I
to
mean?
figure out where you are and which
Yeah.
road you're driving on.
Yeah.
They are quite easy to use. They used to do what they call A to Z.
I feel like
don't
I'm
they?
alright at following directions, to be
Yeah.
honest.
But you used to get like what they call an A to Z of a certain town. So you get Manchester A to Z. And if you want to go down, John Street or something, you'd look up in the direction John Street with the postcode or whatever you needed, and it'd tell you what page to go to, and it'd tell you where it was on the book. Yeah.
Real-time traffic updates, and alternate routes, making navigation more accessible
It's
and
just
convenient.
way too easy now, isn't
These
it?
digital mapping tools offer features like voice-guided navigation and points of interest, further enhancing the user experience. As a result, carrying physical maps or printing directions has become obsolete for most people. The accessibility and accuracy of GPS and digital maps have revolutionized how we navigate, allowing us to travel confidently and efficiently without the hassle of dealing with paper maps. Number 9. Dial-up internet. Back then, dial-up internet was the primary means of accessing the World Wide Web from home. Users would connect to the internet using a modem and a telephone line, resulting in that distinctive series of beeps and whirs as the connection was established. However, dial-up internet speeds were notoriously slow, with average download speeds ranging from 28.8 to 56 kilobits per second. Loading web pages, downloading file, and streaming media were often painstakingly slow processes. However, the landscape of internet connectivity changed dramatically with the advent of broadband and fiber optic internet connections. These high-speed internet technologies offer significantly faster download and upload speeds, ranging from megabits per second to gigabits per second.
It'd be interesting to throw someone in like someone like your age now back into like the 80s. Sort of like say this is how it was. This is how we lived in the 80s. With the TV
Do you know what it is
set
though?
up.
It's like in 50 years, I might be looking at like my kids
you will
being
be,
like,
yeah.
oh mate, imagine you like how easy you have it now compared to like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
like,
does,
it's
works
just
like, yeah.
whatever the time you live in, you don't really think anything else. You just
No.
think that's normal. Do you know what I mean? So like you probably when you were a kid, you were probably thinking you weren't thinking like.
No, my dad
I
used
wish
to work.
I had a phone in my
When I was
pocket.
14, my dad used to tell me he was working when he was 14 in the coal mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The result, dial-up internet has become obsolete, unable to compete with the blazing fast speeds and reliability of broadband and fiber connections. Today, dial-up internet is a relic of the past,
Sure.
remembered fondly by those who endured the agonizingly slow load times of the early web. But not to forget, checking books out of the library using a card catalog was a very common practice back then. Do you remember it? Number 10. Checking books out of the library using a card catalog. Checking books out of the library involved using a card catalog.
You defo didn't do this one.
I did.
You were in the library.
Oh, yeah. It was another place where we used to bunk off school. That was another hiding place, the library. So I did spend a lot of time in the library.
Yeah, just not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
System of organizing and locating books using index cards stored in drawers. Each card contained information about a specific book, including its title, author, and call number, which indicated its location in the library. Users would search the card catalog for books on a particular topic or by a specific author, then use the information on the card to locate the book on the library shelves. However, with the advent of digital technology, physical card catalogs have been replaced mainly by online library catalogs and databases. These digital systems allow users to search for books, journals, and other materials using keywords, titles, or authors from any internet-connected device. The transition to digital catalogs has made it easier and more efficient for library patrons to find and access the resources they need, eliminating the need to search through index card drawers manually. Nowadays,
It's so easy now for like the generation that we're in now to sort of like do anything. Everything's at the fingertips. I remember when I was a kid, I used to like build bikes from scratch. I used to buy all the parts and put my own bikes together. And now I can't even change a brake cable. It's so complicated. It's so advanced on the brake cable.
No,
I'm looking at it going, how would I even change this?
Even little stuff like just the cars getting thingy. Like,
Yeah,
just
cars,
I can't connect. It takes ages to get my phone to the Bluetooth, but
Mm.
like 10, 15 years ago, all I have to do is just plug a wire in and it's on.
Yeah, but now it's all
But
Bluetooth
now it's too complicated.
Yeah, but cars are even worse to try and fix a car. I remember when my dad used to come home with his cars and we used to sort of, mess around with the engines or whatever to try and we always had bangers. And we always like learn how to do things, change oil or things like that. Now I wouldn't even know where the oil goes. Like try to find it in my engine the other day. I tried to put window washer in my engine. I'm looking like going, where's the cap for this? I'm like, it should be on the end.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, looking for it. Can't find it. I was like, right in the far corner. It was placed away. I was like, there it is. Like 10 minutes to find it.
the days of flipping through the card catalog are a thing of the past, as libraries embrace digital tools to streamline the search process for users. Number 11. Watching movies on Laserdisc. Watching movies on Laserdisc was considered cutting-edge technology. Laserdiscs were large optical discs that could store movies and other video content, offering better picture and sound quality than VHS tapes. Despite their advantages, Laserdiscs never achieved widespread popularity due to their high cost and the emergence of competing formats like VHS. With the advent of DVDs, Blu-rays, and digital downloads in the 2000s, Laserdiscs quickly became obsolete.
Yeah, when
These
dropped
newer
off
formats
fast.
offered smaller physical sizes, greater storage capacity, and improved picture and sound quality, making them more convenient and appealing to consumers. Also, streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime Video have further diminished the demand for physical media, as people increasingly prefer the convenience of digitally accessing movies and TV shows. Resultantly, watching movies on Laserdisc is now a relic of the past, remembered fondly by collectors and enthusiasts of vintage technology. Number
No one wants to
12.
watch that.
Using typewriters for typing documents. In the 1980s, using typewriters to type documents was common in offices, schools.
What if you make a mistake?
You have a button that you press back, like a back space button, and it go drr, drr, and fire up some like letter.
Laser it off.
No, not laser. No, there's nothing electric about it. Just the things that they had like little arms that used to fire up forward, and that's how they type.
But if the ink's
Oh,
already
letters
on the
and
page,
everything,
how is it taking it off?
It was like a Tipex or you'd have like a corrector ribbon on it. So the ribbon would it'll go up and it'll put like, instead of typing the letter, the corrector ribbon would go in front of the the ribbon sort of thing, and the letter would hit the type would hit the letter and delete it out.
In homes, typewriters were mechanical devices that allowed users to type letters, reports, and other documents onto paper. Each keystroke would physically imprint a character onto the paper, creating a permanent record of the text. However, with the advent of computers and word processing software, typewriters have mainly been replaced. Computers offer more.
We had typing class at school. One of the lessons was typing, on a typewriter. So we had a classroom just full of like old typewriters. So they had
Did you have one at the old office, or was that was a fax machine actually?
That's a fax machine, yeah. But we don't have a typewriter here, no. I've not seen one anyway. There might be one stuck away in one of the cupboards in Mike's office. He collects all shit like that, doesn't he? But it's they used to clean them with like ethanol, and I smelled it and I thought it smells like gin, so I took a sip.
What?
One of the worst things ever.
That?
Yeah, my throat was burning for days.
More advanced features and functionalities, such as spell check, formatting options, and editing and revising documents efficiently.
Yeah, now with ChatGPT and all that AI, you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to type it anymore. You can just tell it what you want and it brings it up for you, doesn't it?
Word processing software allows users to save and share documents electronically, eliminating the need for physical copies. The transition from typewriters to computers has made document creation faster, easier, and more efficient, leading to the decline of typewriters in favor of modern technology. The era of typewriters might be gone, but listening to music on a Walkman still holds an immense nostalgia for many. Number 13. Listening to music on Walkman. During the 1980s, listening to music on Walkmans was ubiquitous, with people sporting these iconic portable cassette players while on the go.
Used to see them when they came out, and everyone had one walking around with like their headphones on and the cassette tape in the what's it?
Funny. It was proper cool.
Yeah, like the thing. If you had one of them, you were it. You know.
Yeah.
Walkman revolutionized how we enjoyed music by allowing us to take our favorite tunes wherever we went. Nevertheless, the rise of portable digital music players and smartphones has rendered the Walkman largely obsolete. Devices like iPod and later smartphones offer greater storage capacity, better sound quality, and the ability to organize and access vast music libraries easily. Digital music formats like MP3 made it possible to store and carry thousands of songs in a pocket-sized device, eliminating the need for bulky cassette tapes. Now, Walkmans have become a relic of the past, remembered fondly by those who grew up with them, but primarily replaced by the convenience and versatility of modern portable music players and smartphones. Number 14. Taking pictures with film cameras. Taking pictures with film cameras was the norm, with people using 35mm film rolls to capture memories. Film cameras required users to manually adjust settings like focus, aperture, and shutter speed, and each roll of film could typically capture around 24 to 36 exposures. However, with digital cameras and smartphones equipped with high-quality cameras.
When you did photography, did you cover that, like developing your own pictures and all that?
Yeah.
In the darkroom and all.
In the darkroom, yeah.
Film cameras have been replaced mainly for everyday photography. Digital cameras offer instant previews and the ability to store hundreds or even thousands of photos on a single memory card, eliminating the need to carry multiple rolls of film. Smartphones have become increasingly popular for photography, offering convenience, portability, and the ability to share photos on social media instantly. While film photography still has its enthusiast and artistic appeal, the widespread adoption of digital technology has made film cameras less practical for everyday use, marking a significant shift in how we capture and share moments. Taking pictures with film cameras saw a shift, but what about the change those lead gasoline-powered cars and trucks worldwide faced?
It's funny, if you'd told someone sort of like 20 years ago, in 20 years you're going to have a device that you're going to be able to watch live TV, or you can stream a movie or any song you want, and you can use it as a phone as well, and it'll all be in one handheld device like that. No one would believe you, would they?
No.
They'll be like, nah. And now look at it, I wonder what's going to come in the next 20 years.
Yeah, I'm going to be like looking down if I have kids and be like, I used to have to drive my car myself. Do you know what I mean? So just something like that.
It probably would be something like that as well, yeah.
Number 15. Using leaded gasoline. Leaded gasoline was commonplace, powering cars and trucks worldwide. It contained tetrythyl lead, added to improve engine performance and prevent knocking. Concern about lead emissions' environmental and health hazards led to the phase-out of leaded gasoline. Lead is a potent neurotoxin that can cause serious health problems, especially in children, affecting brain development and cognitive function. Additionally, lead emissions from vehicles contribute to air pollution and environmental contamination. Many countries began phasing out leaded gasoline in the 1980s and 1990s, transitioning to unleaded gas and alternative fuels. Now, leaded gasoline has been largely eliminated from the market, replaced by unleaded gasoline and cleaner, more sustainable fuel options like ethanol and biodiesel. The phase-out of leaded gasoline marks an important milestone in environmental and public health efforts to reduce pollution and protect human health. Number 16. Watching drive-in movies.
Making a comeback
Watching
as well.
movies at drive-in theaters was a
I've heard about that,
Yeah.
but I've only ever seen them in like old-fashioned movies.
Yeah, you see, it's they're kind of making a bit of a comeback now, especially in the summer months. Like
I've never seen that.
Yeah, like I think like Tatton Park and places like that do like drive-in movie week or
Do
whatever.
you just put your windows down and it's like really loud?
I don't know. I don't know how the speaker system works on it. I've never been to one. I don't know if it's something you can tune in like a station
your
to
radio,
it. Yeah, something like that. I don't know how they work. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
popular and nostalgic pastime for many families and couples. Drive-in theaters provided a unique outdoor cinema experience where moviegoers could enjoy films from the comfort of their cars while surrounded by the open air. However, the popularity of drive-in theaters began to decline in the late 20th century due to factors such as the rising costs of land, competition from indoor multiplex cinemas, and advancements in home entertainment technology. The shift towards digital projection technology also posed a financial challenge for many drive-in theaters, as upgrading equipment was often prohibitive. While a few drive-in theaters exist today, they are far less common than in the 1980s. Despite their decline in popularity, drive-in theaters hold a special place in the hearts of movie buffs and nostalgic enthusiasts. However, was not participating in group aerobics classes all the rage in the 80s? Number 17. Participating in group aerobics classes like jazzercise. In the 1980s, participating in group aerobics classes like jazzercise was all the rage. People wore colorful leotards and leg warmers to groove to energetic music while getting a workout. These classes were famous for their fun and social atmosphere and their effectiveness in
Can just imagine you in your living room copying them like that, 100%.
Doubt it. The exercise, you mad?
Yeah.
Everyone had like a video out, like every sort of like celebrity, so like whether it be a singer or an actress or an actor or whatever, or like do jazzercise with whoever. They all had the videos that were promoting it all and doing that dance along with the Olivia Newton-John type thing.
in improving cardiovascular fitness and muscle tone. Over the years, group aerobics classes like jazzercise have declined in popularity, mainly due to the emergence of a wider variety of fitness options. Today, people can
Was that
access
the only
many
option back
fitness
then?
trends and classes, ranging from high-intensity interval training and CrossFit to yoga and Pilates. Advancements in technology have made it easier for people to work out at home using online fitness programs and workout apps. While group aerobics classes still exist, they're no longer as ubiquitous as in the 1980s,
Shows his videos there, doesn't it?
as people have embraced diverse fitness activities to suit their preferences and lifestyles. Number 18, reading newspapers in print at breakfast. Back then, reading newspapers in print at breakfast was a typical morning ritual for many people. They would sit at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee, flipping through the pages of their local newspaper to catch up on the latest news, sports scores, and community events. However, with the advent of the internet and digital technology, the prevalence of print newspapers has declined significantly. Many people get their news from online sources, such as news websites, social media, and mobile apps. These digital platforms offer instant access to breaking news updates, multimedia content, and interactive features, making them more convenient and accessible.
It's weird now. I was always wondering about the decline of the newspaper. Like, there's still going to be newspapers where you get them digitally, but you don't pay for them a lot of the time. I mean, I guess advertising pays for them as well.
I thought it was only free if it's the local one.
No, you can get all the national newspapers online. But what you've got now with so many people around the world with access to like Twitter or Facebook or other things,
You can
Instagram,
just
things like that.
search up like the Independent or the Daily Mail and the newspaper's there.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm
On your
saying.
phone.
But what I'm saying is, with people now all over the world with access to sort of like certain platforms, like say like Twitter and stuff like that, you don't really have to rely on the news reporting it.
Yeah.
Because he's all amateur journalists or whatever they are, all around the world reporting similar stories.
Especially like when it's crazy how you have to like wait till the weekend or something. Or like, I know it's happened on the weekend to like see the sports scores and stuff like that. Like I see like someone scored in bloody Australia and it's popped to my phone 5 seconds later.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we used to, on a Saturday, we used to have what they call the football pink. You won't know this. So if you went to the match, you wouldn't know any scores unless you had a radio on.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know any of the scores from any of the games. So the football pink would come out. Finish time would be about 4:45 of all the games from 3, because every game is at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. All the games would finish about 10 to 5. At 5 o'clock, the pink would be out on the be printed and it'd still be wet with the ink when they delivered them to the shops.
How did they know the scores of every game?
They've got them in, printed out straight away, and then distribute the
No, I
papers.
know, but they've obviously like who's written all the scores down.
Yeah, they've got more preps ready to go, and then.
Yeah, but how do they know the scores? If you know what I mean, if there's no
Final whistle. That's what it was. It was printed after the final whistle.
No, I know, but there's like, let's say there's 10 games on at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
How are they knowing in 10 minutes?
Oh,
all 10 games.
They'll have like reporters reporting in,
like
so,
radio,
like for the game on the radio or whatever, things like that. Yeah, but you get it, and literally some of them you couldn't get the results. It just say an L because it was like late coming in, late kick-off or whatever.
Yeah.
A delay in the game. But my dad used to have to send me down 10 to 5. I had to go to the shop, run to the shop, get the pink, and because you go off to fly, loads of people waiting for them, and then I'd grab the pink, and then run back, so I'd give it to my dad so he knew the scores, like 5:05.
Than traditional print newspapers. Online news sources often provide personalized content recommendations based on readers' interest and browsing history. As a result, reading newspapers in print at breakfast has become less common, replaced by the convenience and immediacy of digital news consumption. Number 19. Wearing neon spandex in public as casual wear.
What?
Wearing neon spandex in public as casual wear was a bold and trendy fashion statement embraced by many. Neon colors, along with tight-fitting spandex material, epitomize
Look like the bottom half of Buzz Lightyear or something. Gee, what is
Definitely
that?
shows his videos here, doesn't it?
the vibrant and energetic style of the decade. People often pair neon spandex leggings or bike shorts with oversized sweatshirts or crop tops, creating eye-catching ensembles that turn heads everywhere they go. As fashion trends evolved over the years, the popularity of neon spandex as everyday attire waned. Today, fashion trends tend to favor more understated and minimalist styles, with neutral colors and looser silhouettes dominating
Olivia Newton-John.
fashion scene.
Mate, the fashion used to be so bad back. I swear every girl had curly hair as well.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Perms were a fashion. I had my hair permed when I was a kid.
Neon and spandex may occasionally come back on fashion runways or theme parties, but they're no longer considered mainstream casual wear.
What?
The legacy of neon spandex is a nostalgic symbol of the vibrant and colorful fashion trends of the 80s, cherished by those who fondly remember the era of bold fashion choices. And number 20, using floppy disk for computer storage. In the 1980s, floppy disks
know what one of them
were
was?
the norm for computer storage.
I only know what a floppy is because like that's the when you ask like a Gen Z type person what do you know what a floppy disk? It's always a floppy disk. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
With these iconic square disks serving as the primary means of storing and transferring digital data. Floppy disk came in various sizes, including the 5.25-inch and later the more compact 3.5-inch disks. They were used to store files, programs, and other digital content. Nevertheless, as technology advanced, the limitations of floppy disks became increasingly apparent, with their limited storage capacity and susceptibility to damage from magnetic fields and physical wear. Floppy disks were gradually replaced by more efficient storage solutions. Modern storage options like USB flash drives and cloud services offer significantly larger storage capacity, faster data transfer speeds, and excellent reliability than floppy disks. USB drives and cloud storage allow easy access to files from any device with an internet connection, making them more convenient and versatile for today's digital needs. Consequently, the era of using floppy disks for computer storage has ended, and the convenience and efficiency of modern storage technologies have replaced it.
It's funny when you get like things like that. My computer doesn't even have a disk drive.
Just got that much storage on it.
Yeah, doesn't have any drives to sort of like put any to plug anything in. I have to put an adapter in to put like a flash drive in or anything.
No, I don't understand. It's like you have your computer, right? Your Apple Mac, for example, and it's there. You can buy more storage on it.
I know.
Where's that going to in the compuper already?
Be a cloud. probably cloud-based into your iCloud. But it's madness when you think about, like I say, technology where it's moved from 20 years ago, 40 years ago, sorry, to where we are today. It's ridiculous. Even 20 years ago, it's ridiculous how fast it's moving and what's moving up to replace certain things. Then you look at, you thought when the VHS come out, you thought, wow, this is it. We've hit it. We've hit the top.
But it's like that all the time though, because I couldn't think of something now that would make as a good invention for the future.
You can't see anything so like getting anything better than the phone. But when you look at stuff,
but then at the same time, when you didn't have a phone, or you probably said we're not going to be able to make something better than the payphone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Even when the cell phone comes out or the mobile phone, whichever way you look at it, you're thinking how are they going to go next level on these now? But then you look at all the platforms and the apps that go on them. That's what makes the device better, really, isn't it? When you've got access to sort of like all different things. It's like someone said to me yesterday. I was out in the pub yesterday, and it was Grandma said to me, "Do you want to go on a cruise, on a Virgin cruise?" Right? So I said, "Yeah, I'll have a look at it when I get home. I'll have a look at it." So I picked my phone up and went on social media. First advert, Virgin Cruise.
It's listening to you.
I'm like, what? What are the chances?
Yeah.
I've not typed anything into my phone.
Yeah.
I've gone that, but the first advert is Virgin Cruises. Now, that's not a coincidence, is it?
No.
So
happens to me as well.
Yeah. But it's like I say, technology's just gone wild. It's gone crazy. It's only going to get a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know who's listening to you now.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know if there's anything missed off there that you remember from the 80s that you can't do anymore. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.